welcome to another episode of the GSC Zoom Q&A. I'm Datti Jinkiri, Sports Information Coordinator for the Gulf South Conference. I'm here with Jaya Wilson, a women's soccer player from Union. Jaya, I'm glad that you've been able to join me. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me. Excited to be a part of this Zoom series. So.
Awesome. So, first of all, let me just ask, how are you and how's your family doing? Because I know you were back home with them during quarantine. So let me just ask about them. How are they doing?
They're actually doing pretty well. So we're in Houston, and those hurricanes were kind of a little bit of a little bit of a shock. Not necessarily, because that happens frequently, but that was tail end of the quarantine. During the actual quarantine, it was enjoyable to spend that time with my family. I don't get to do that often. So, yeah.
That's great. And during this extended break in the quarantine, what ways were you able to stay fit? What were you able to do?
Mm-hmm. I stayed fit in various ways. So first I stayed mentally fit because I was enrolled in some summer classes. So my mind was, it never checked out. And then physically, I wasn't able to play with any teams over the break just because of where I was. So I did a lot of running. I did a lot of touches on my own. And my dad and I actually I ran 2 half marathons over the break, and he ran a half and a full. So that was exciting. Yeah.
And you mentioned running a half marathon. And I know you have a track background and a cross country background. So how has that helped you in the game of soccer? How's that transferred?
I think it's definitely helped for sure. Just with the conditioning, and soccer is a lot of stop and go. You have long sprints, you have short sprints as well. I would definitely say there is a difference between being soccer fit and track cross country fit. Going from soccer to track is a little bit more of a shocker than going from one to the other running wise, but it's good.
And I know you have an older brother who plays professionally overseas in Europe.
Yes.
So,
yes.
How has he impacted you? What has he taught you, or what has watching him helped you with in your game?
Oh my word. He's taught me so much. He is the reason why I even started playing, because he's about 5 years older than me. So just always going to his games, being on the sideline, watching him do his thing. And then I was very intrigued by the sport because of that. He's been one of my biggest encouragers for sure. He's always just available to answer any questions that I have about how I should, approach something tactically or what have you. And he's always been super adamant about, just incorporating my faith in my play, because the two they're not separate. They should be combined, and they should influence each other. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So if you had the opportunity to play overseas like him, would you take it?
If I had the opportunity, I would take it. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Another question I wanted to ask you, do you have any men's or women's players that have inspired you or that you model your game after?
Mm-hmm. My brother Sachin would definitely be one, for sure, as I've stated. And then on the women's side, I would actually say some players from MC have kind of inspired me in how I play. So just because they were former teammates of mine. So Peace Gill, Caitlin Hayes, and also Saji Bello. All amazing players, very, very talented, very, very skilled. And just the way that they work together on the field, it's actually pretty awesome. So yeah, I would say those 4 people.
All right, in this upcoming spring season, what do you hope to improve on as a team, with the Union women's soccer team?
Mm-hmm. Definitely our cohesion and our unity on and off the field. That's always something that is constantly changing and can be adjusted when you have seniors that graduate and freshmen that are coming in and transfers that are coming in. There's always a new dynamic. So no year is ever set in stone with the team unity, and that's always something that can be worked on, which will definitely influence the chemistry of how we play on the field. So, yeah.
And then how about personally for this upcoming season? What do you hope to improve on personally? This is going to be your senior season. What do you hope to build on?
Personally, I just hope to just be better than I was. Whether that's technically, tactically, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I just better in the sense that there's progression, there's obvious movement forward. We're not taking any steps backwards. So that's the goal.
And you're a sports management major. I just wanted to ask you, how did you get into that field? What made you interested in that?
Yeah, so sport management is actually, it's really awesome. I love the major so much. And I like it because it's a pretty broad major. There's a lot of different fields that we study. So I'm now starting to kind of channel in a little bit more specifically on what I'd like to actually go into. But we study business, we study, the physical side of just the human body and how that works. Lots of dynamics, so fall underneath the umbrella. But I'm really enjoying it.
That's great, because in the Go South Conference, we want our athletes to compete, graduate, and impact. And of course, graduating is just as important as competing and impacting. So I'm glad that you're in that area of sports management, and you're going to plan on graduating, and you're going to plan on impacting and you're competing right now as well, obviously. So that's great. Yes. So I have a couple fun questions just to ask you to see where you stand on certain issues.
All right. Okay.
Let me just ask you, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, my word.
I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not going to lie. That's one question I wish I would have had a heads up on. But I would have to say the Batman trilogy is definitely, that's up there for me. The Dark Knight is a great movie. But also, I can't just do one. I love, oh man, this is a hard question. We'll go with that for now.
The Dark Knight. If you think of something else later, you can bring it up.
I will for sure. Definitely.
So I'm guessing you're DC over Marvel?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no questions about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so as a dessert, are you picking cake or are you picking cookies?
Oh, wow. Depends on the situation, but I'll probably say cookies.
Cookies,
yeah,
okay.
Oreos specifically.
Oreos, that's my favorite as well. That's
there you go.
Oh yeah. All right. What is your favorite soccer memory that you've been a part of?
Ooh. Okay, favorite soccer memory. One that I'm never gonna forget is probably my my sophomore year in high school. Our team made it to the district championships. And this was the farthest we'd ever gone in the school history. So it was a really important game. And we were down 2-0 in the first half by a seeded team. So we were all kind of on edge, definitely nervous. And one of our seniors passed me the ball. And I hit it in, and so we're at 2-1, and then we got another goal, and we were tied up, and then we went into double overtime, and then penalty kicks, and we won in PKs. So it was wild. It was really, really crazy, but definitely something I'll never forget. It was a great experience.
That's awesome. Another question. This might be putting you on the spot again. Do you have a favorite song on your pregame playlist?
Favorite song on pre-game playlist. Yeah, you're definitely putting me on the spot. My playlist changes all the time. I listen to a lot of different music, so.
Do you have a favorite genre that you listen to that gets you relaxed?
I like classical.
Classical? Okay. I like that. That's like different, but I like that. Yeah. I like that. Some people like to get hyped. Some people like to be a bit relaxed. So,
Yeah.
People have different vibes, but I like that. Classical. I like that.
I have a good mix in there. I would say one of the songs that has been on repeat lately would be "Wheels Up" by Lecrae. I like that. It's new, but it's definitely on the playlist now. So yeah.
Okay. I like that. And so I know you're from the Cleveland area. I saw your like hometown is kind of in between Akron and Cleveland. So
Yes.
I gotta ask you, LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
Oh my goodness. Um, in the past, I probably would have said LeBron. Um, and I know I'm probably gonna get a little bit of heat for this, but I'm gonna have to go with Jordan.
Ooh, I hope there is no one from Cleveland watching this.
I hope that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jai, I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you answering my questions. Best wishes to you in this school year and for this upcoming season as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much again for having me.